The abolition of tolls at 4 highways is going to cost Putrajaya some 180 million ringgit a year in compensation. According to Bernama, Second Finance Minister Johari Abdul Ghani has said that the government will pay 110 million ringgit annually to Plus Malaysia for Batu Tiga and Sungai Rasau in Selangor and Bukit Kayu Hitam in Kedah. Meanwhile, Nikkei Marcus has cited Johari as saying that the compensation to MRCB for the scrapping of the toll at the Eastern Dispersal Link in Johor will come out to about 70 million ringgit a year. Johari did not say how long the compensation period would be. The scrapping of toll charges was announced by PM Najib Razak during the tabling of Budget 2018 last Friday. The Finance Ministry says that the federal government debt, which stood at 685.1 billion as at end June, is well managed, explaining that the country is at a medium level of indebtedness, and that strong adherence to fiscal discipline as well as good debt management continues to be emphasized to ensure fiscal conditions remain strong. The total debt accounted for about 51% of the country's GDP, of which domestic debt accounted for 96.7%, while the remaining 3.3% were offshore loans. The Finance Ministry had been replying to DAP legislator Teresa Cox's queries on the nation's debt levels. MOF say the government remains committed to ensuring that federal government debt levels do not exceed 55% of GDP, adding that it will continue to reduce the deficit levels in stages and reduce the government's need to borrow. Ranhill's unit, Ranhill Water Technologies Cayman, or RWTC, has been served with a summons from the court in China for alleged unpaid fees of 12.76 million ringgit. RWTC is the second defendant. The claim is also being made against its associate companies, Ranhill Water Hong Kong and Ranhill Technology Shanghai. According to Ranhill, the claimant Wato Teng Holding was appointed by RWTC to look for a party to acquire the interest in Ranhill Water Hong Kong and to form a partnership with RWTC. It says the agreement was dependent upon key performance indicators being met by Wato Teng. Since the KPIs went unmet, Ranhill argues that Wato Teng has no merit and that its claim is frivolous and baseless. RWTC will engage a legal firm in China to represent itself against the claim. AirAsia X says its Malaysian unit carried 23% more passengers in the third quarter of this year, thanks to strong demand during the public and school holidays. The carrier flew 1.5 million passengers versus 1.2 million a year earlier. Meanwhile, its capacity increased 21% to 1.89 million seats. Passenger load factor improved to 79%, up 1 point from last year. During the quarter, AAX Malaysia added frequency on one route, Kuala Lumpur-Taipei, in line with the company's strategy to strengthen the North Asia market. It maintained its fleet size at 22 A330s. Magenta shareholders may receive a special dividend now that the company has gotten the go-ahead to dispose of its New Zealand unit, Opus International Consultants. The company will pocket gross proceeds of 528.6 million from the all-cash transaction, which should be completed by year-end. It plans to set aside over 400 million ringgit to repay debt and about 100 million for general corporate purposes. Magenta MD and CEO Azmil Merican confirmed today that the special dividend is one of the things it is considering once the deal is done. He says the board will have to consider its full-year performance, which he expects to be decent, and how much in excess the company has.